AB-130, it dropped in June. It sent shockwaves down the spines of bad HOAs. I mean, it was nuclear, as I see it.
Yeah, let's tell the people, because, legalese, AB-130, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean? What does that mean for the people?
Yep.
I'm Luke Carlson, and for almost 2 decades, my law firm, LS Carlson Law, has been at the forefront of defending homeowners against overreaching HOAs. We're not just leading the charge, we've created the go-to playbook on how to fight back effectively. Join us as we delve into the world of HOA disputes, sharing insights from our extensive experience and landmark victories. Throughout this podcast, we'll bring you in-depth interviews, demystify complex legal principles, and provide practical tips to safeguard your rights. While the information provided shouldn't be taken as legal advice, our aim is to empower you with the knowledge, strategies, and real-life success stories needed to navigate and overcome the challenges posed by overreaching HOAs.
Hi, Luke Carlson of LS Carlson Law and the host of Bad HOA. Welcome to Sacramento. I have on the show our producer, Marty.
It's a real pleasure to be here. I mean, I say that, but it's a real pleasure to be here.
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
This is the most exciting show we've done, I think, to date.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the backdrop. I mean, look what's behind us.
I know.
It's
incredible.
kind of wild.
And we'll actually be there today. We have a big day planned.
We do. There's some. Well, we'll talk about that as we continue on. There's method behind the madness of this trip, but it's exciting for sure.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
real
excited to be here. Like I said, we have a big day planned today, but let's, we wanted to at least get a podcast done here. I think it was very symbolic of what's happened with AB-130. And that's really why we're here. I mean, let's be honest. It's AB-130. It dropped in June. It sent shockwaves down the spines of bad HOAs. I mean, it was nuclear, as I see it.
Yeah, let's tell the people, because, legalese, AB-130, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean? What does that mean for the people?
Yep. Let's make it simple. There's 3 elements to it. One.
So it's a law that passed. Let's get that.
Start there. Law that passed that has 3 core elements.
Okay.
Right. AB-130 is a law, came in June. It changed, or at least it shifted the momentum when we're looking at homeowner rights, protecting the homeowner against bad HOAs.
Yeah.
This AB-130 changed, or at least it shifted the way Sacramento has treated HOAs, or at least bad HOAs, historically.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the history, most of the law, or a lot of the law, has really been inspired by HOAs or those who service the HOA industry.
Yeah.
And typically, if you kind of drill into it, a lot of it doesn't necessarily benefit the homeowner. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of very powerful stuff in the Davis-Sterling Act, in the CC&Rs, but AB-130 changed the game.
Yeah.
Because what it did was, first, it limited fines to $100. It capped them.
That's been a huge. When we look at lightning rod issues, so many come from excessive fines.
Correct.
Like, that's the escalation that sends homeowners into a tizzy.
And it is a point in which bad HOAs weaponize.
Yeah.
That is their weapon.
Yeah.
It's the fine.
Yeah.
$100 for the mailbox. Tomorrow it's $200, then it's $500, then it's $5,000, and now your home is going into foreclosure.
Yeah.
It undercut that capability.
Yeah. So it caps them at 100.
Yes.
That's a huge win.
Massive. The other aspect too is it removed interest on fines, on violations. So, they were charging interest, late fees. That has been taken away as well, which is a big one. But, on top of the cap that they put on fines, it's the due process now HOAs have to follow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right? And I don't want to, there's some time that needs to be spent with that. We released an article specifically on the due process.
Yeah.
But the due process is so important because what has happened historically is you would get a fine, then another fine, and then it would ratchet up. And a lot of the homeowners we talked to, they had no idea that they got the fine in the first place because there was no notice. So this really puts an end to a lot of that lack of due process.
Yeah.
And that's monumental.
Yeah.
And for me, as I see it, Sacramento is finally waking up and seeing, hey, these bad HOAs need to be kept in check. They're hearing our voices.
Yeah.
We've been at this for a very long time, spreading awareness.
Yeah.
The book Bad HOA came out. That was an empowerment play for homeowners. We've been pushing reform. We've been pushing education for quite some time. And this is, in my mind, the first domino that's fallen.
It's really interesting because you kind of roll it back. You've been doing it in this space for 15 plus years. And you start looking at it, and you look at the work that Florida's done. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but the Seaside incident, Surfside rather,
tragic.
That really, it took that event for them to really start making momentum in that front. But they did hugely amazing work.
They did.
In terms of overhauling some of their these HOA laws to really empower the homeowners. I am pleased that California, our home state, has followed suit. Albeit it's small, but it's actually that's a huge lightning rod that they actually just cut right there.
Yeah, no, it's the movement that we were looking for quite some time.
Yeah.
So today, some people were saying, Luke, are you going there to put a lot of pressure on Sacramento? And I don't want to see it as that. I want to keep it as a positive influence.
Yeah.
I want to keep the influence high. I want to keep the education high. I want to keep the advocacy for homeowners up there.
Yeah.
Because now we have momentum.
Yeah.
So we're not here necessarily, I wouldn't say it in a negative, because I feel like putting pressure is coming from some sort of negative, aggressive standpoint.
Sure.
I think we have, and I know we have, people who believe in the cause, in what we're doing, and they know that there needs to be better protection for homeowners against really bad HOAs. And we're seeing that. So those are allies.
Yeah.
This is, it's bipartisan.
Yeah.
And we've talked to policymakers on all sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
They all agree bad HOAs have to go.
Yeah.
They have to be kept in check. You got to be able to, discourage the tyrant from getting on in the first place.
Yeah.
And so, we have a very exciting day. And, really, I think our mission today is to keep that momentum going.
Well, we've talked about, for those who don't know, there's some pillars that we've really tried to make in the firm that empower homeowners. The 3 pillars of empowerment. One was the podcast. That was the first one to drop.
Yep.
Which we hope that, and one of the most rewarding parts of the podcast are hearing from some of our consulting attorneys that say, the potential client on the other side says, hey, we watched the podcast and we got some information here and they really enjoyed it. And some people that have actually been successful in resolving their disputes. That's been great.
The empowerment there, the strategy was, I think, mission critical because, without guidance, you don't expect much traction with the bad HOA. But, the podcast, I think, was mission critical to get the word out, to get the education flowing, and allowing homeowners to actually feel empowered. Because they should be, but the education wasn't there. So podcast was one.
And then the second, with the book, years in the making.
Yep.
These all kind of work hand in hand together.
Yeah, they dovetail.
We talked about this for years and how this all rolls out, and those are kind of hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
But the book itself was, I'll toot the horn for you a little bit, but having it as a bestseller in 6 categories, I think, now on Amazon, just proves the fact that people are hungry for change.
You're 100% right. That was, it was exciting to be the author of something like that, but what was, I think, more exciting and maybe a little bit concerning was how many people embraced the book and picked up the book. Because for me, that was telling me there's a huge problem and there's a huge information gap.
Yeah.
And people are thirsty for this knowledge. And it was very rewarding to really get that out into the public.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, and it sounds bizarre for a lawyer to say, but if you don't need to hire a lawyer, if you can do these things on your own, if you can be strategic, if you know how to approach these bad HOAs in a way with confidence, with power behind you, educational, sort of an educational perspective of, hey, this is how this thing works, and you never have to hire a lawyer, that for me is a win.
Yeah, absolutely. No one wants to hire a lawyer. It's not a fun situation unless you're selling your $1 billion company and the lawyers help facilitate a sale. No one wants to call a lawyer. It's not a happy day when you're calling a lawyer.
Sometimes in this space it's inevitable.
Yeah.
But again, at least let's give the homeowners options before they pick up the phone.
Yeah.
So the book was number 2.
So let's talk about, just tease it a little bit if you don't mind. I know we're this is a little quiet. Some of the reasons that we're here and the things that we're going to be doing today and the people we're going to see. I get it. But the third, and we kind of dovetails on the legislation that just passed, but really reform. That's where we really start making big moves, right? That's where homeowners become really empowered through through legislation.
Well, I think it's a three, like you said, it's a three-prong attack.
Yeah.
And we are here for the third prong today, which is reform.
Yeah.
We'll be at the Capitol. We'll be there today.
Yeah.
Very strategic approach to it. Again, educational.
Yeah.
Laying out the education, keeping up the momentum.
Yeah.
But we already have, strong winds in the right direction, right? We're moving in the right direction.
Kind of like the little bit of wind that we have
Yeah,
today.
exactly. And so, I think that today's going to be a very positive day. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
It's a stacked day. It's a full day, but it's going to be a very momentous day.
I think that I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited to share with the people here in the future, in the near future, some of the things, the behind the scenes that have been going on,
yeah.
and some of the changes that we are hoping to spearhead, and seeing that start to snowball and come to fruition, and just the things that we're doing here today on getting that ball rolling. It's just exciting. It's like the next level. I hope that when this is all said and done, that the homeowner feels like they have more power, because I think that the big misconception that a lot of homeowners have are, they think, and we've mentioned this so many times before in the podcast, they think they don't have any power. The HOA holds all the cards, and truthfully, it's not true. They have a lot of good laws to stand by.
Right.
But we're hoping that between the new initiative that just passed, and then educating them through podcasts, educating them through book, and pushing reform even further along.
Right. It's a perfect storm.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. It's a perfect storm. And, I never want to be someone who just sits around and says, hey, there's a problem.
Yeah.
I want to be as proactive as possible. This is an investment in being proactive for the homeowner, getting the reform going, keeping it going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And so, just thrilled to be here, Marty. And
this is going to
be a fun one.
It's an exciting day, and I hope that the people on the other side, they learned something about that they got new rights here in California, and what a backdrop. It's going to make us really spoiled.
Going back to the studio.
I mean, we're here 14 floors above, looking at the heart of California.
Yeah.
And it's just wild to be here, and so many years in the making.
Yeah.
And exciting to share with the people in the future.
Yeah.
And we have mugs.
Yeah, we got mugs. Yeah.
Some swag.
Yeah, we got some swag. We got some merch.
Yeah.
So, Marty, thank you so much. Very excited today. Thank you guys for watching. And listen, keep the momentum going. Share your stories with policymakers, lawmakers, local politicians. It does matter. And
we've seen it. We've seen this
we've seen it firsthand.
That it is moving. And the nice thing is that there's been no disaster here in California. They're listening.
Correct.
That this is a issue. Some things on the national stage through our video with like John Oliver and him doing a thing. It's great to see the momentum, and I hope that we can continue. We could be a small part in help pushing that down the snowball down the hill.
Well, let's keep the groundswell up.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Like the comments, we try to answer every comment that comes through.
Yeah. So comment, like, share. Thank you guys so much for watching, and big things to come.